Shalom and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you remember from my last vlog about Independence Day and Memorial Day, I went to the Mount of Olives to go to the cemetery. Well, I also went to 5 churches, which this vlog is about. So I went to the Grotto of Gethsemane, I went to the Church of Pater Noster, I went to the Church of Dominus Flevit, and I went to the Church of All Nations, and I went to the Russian Church, and I also went to the tombs at the cemetery. So I have been to the Mount of Olives a few times before, but this time I went into the churches again, learned a little bit more, just want to show you. So here we go. So this is the Russian Orthodox Covenant of the Ascension, and according to the Orthodox tradition, this is the site where Jesus ascended to heaven 40 days after his resurrection. This is also the site, according to tradition, that John the Baptist's head was found in a jar hidden in captivity under the mosaic floor of an ancient Armenian church. And the only reason I think this is super cool is because I was in the British Museum in London and I saw John the Baptist's head. So this is where they found it. And then I went to the Church of Pater Noster, and this is on the same grounds as Constantine's built church in the Byzantine period, and then a Crusader church was built here, and then the modern church of today. And this is the place where it is believed that Jesus taught the Lord's Prayer to his disciples. I am in the French church, and this is where it is believed that Jesus taught his disciples the Lord's Prayer. And so they have the Lord's Prayer in every single language all around the church. This is the place where it is believed that Jesus taught his disciples how to pray. Jesus said, "Pray like this. Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we have also forgiven those who have sinned against us. And do not bring us into the time of trial, but rescue us from the evil one." And we can find this in Matthew 6, 9 through 13. And Jesus gave us this as an example of how to pray. And so we can base our prayers off of this and include the same things when we are praying to God. And yeah, it's just so awesome that we know how to pray, and God has shared with us how to pray and how to talk to our Father God. That's actually the original cave where it is truly believed that Jesus taught the disciples the prayer, and then they built the church next to it. Then I went to the tomb of the prophets, and this is where Haggai, Zechariah, and Malachi are buried. Then I went to the church of Dominus Flevit, and this is where it is believed that Jesus prophesied the destruction of the temple. And we can find this in Luke 19:37 through 44. Your enemies will set up ramparts around you and surround you and hem you on every side, crush you to the ground. And this did happen in 70 AD, 40 years after Jesus. The Romans besieged Jerusalem and burnt the temple. Then I went to the Church of All Nations, which is built over the rock on which Jesus is believed to have prayed in agony the night before he was crucified. And so Jesus and his disciples, after they had the Last Supper, they came up to the Mount of Olives and came to this spot. And Jesus prayed. You can find this description in all of the Gospels. In Matthew 26:39, Jesus threw himself to the ground here and prayed. And in Luke 22 through 44, his sweat became like great drops of blood falling down onto the ground. The Garden of Gethsemane is also the place where Judas betrayed Jesus, and the chief priests and elders arrived to arrest Jesus. And lastly, I went to the Grotto of Gethsemane, which is another place where it is believed that Jesus took his disciples to pray, and then he was betrayed. And this is an Orthodox church. I am in a grotto, it's a little cave in the Garden of Gethsemane, and this is where the disciples would have been sleeping when Jesus said, "Stay here and pray," and he went off alone. I think this is where they fell asleep. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this vlog, and I'll see you next time. Bye!